Hello ladies. I just got to thinking today, and all the vlogging that I've done over the last few days, I forgot to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. How can I forget the mothers? I had a good idea to take a walk today. I had a friend who brought me dinner and some fruit, and it was great, guys, just to have someone think about you when you can't be where your heart wants to be. So I'm so thankful for that. But I was thinking, I was like, wow, I didn't wish my ladies a happy Mother's Day. So I'm sitting out here. I decided to take a walk, and I guess one of the things I'm going to miss about this whole quarantine is the peace and quiet that you can have when you're walking. It's almost back to normal. I couldn't find anywhere I could go where I could actually sit in private. So I'm actually sitting in front of a business. It looks like they built these little tables, and kind of let y'all see them on down this side, and little benches. I guess it's maybe for them to take when they're on break, but the business is closed. So me and another couple is utilizing this area to just sit. I wanted to walk down on the river, but man, it is so many people down there, so that ain't happening. So I got to thinking about, I said, what are some things that have changed for me since the quarantine? Have you thought about that? What's different about your life? One of the things I think that we will, going forward, be more aware of hygiene and sanitization. Even when going to dinner and frequent, going to frequent businesses, restaurants, department stores. I had a lady talk about on social media, one of my friends, because they were talking about opening up the bowling alleys, and she said, well, who is going to put their feet inside the shoes or their fingers inside the holes in the balls? And that's something that I never would have thought about, guys. Have you? So I think it's going to have us more aware of everything we do when it comes to things like that, which is a good thing. If we're being more cleaner, if people that are handling the food that we eat are cleaner, and places that we sit, that's a good thing. But I think it did also alter the way we interact with people, because when will we get back to loving on people and hugging them? They were talking about that when they said churches would resume, and they were talking about when will we be able to, love on. I got a lot of little senior ladies that I love on at my congregation, and when will we be able to do that? Because God forbid I get anybody sick. I would never want to do that. So it's interesting to know and to see the differences that we're going to be experiencing since this quarantine, since this virus. And as I'm sitting here, guys, this car is just coming by like a whole parade. It's like a I can't believe the traffic out here today. And the thing is, I think it's the things that we take for granted, because the park was always here. The park was always here. People were always able to go to it, but I don't think I've ever seen this many people come out to the park. And today is Mother's Day, and so I guess it's still limited amount of people that can actually go into businesses. So a lot of people are actually cooking dinner today versus taking their loved ones out, because if you do, it's going to be a long wait, because there's only so much capacity. I think most places it has to be 50% capacity in the restaurant, and then you still got to do the 6 feet apart, so that's going to take away spaces as well. So a lot of people had to cook today and get creative on how they celebrated their mothers and wives and etc. So everybody's just kind of driving around and walking around, and it's interesting. What is normal? What will be normal? I walk around, I actually wear my mask most of the time, but I do see a lot of people that don't. And when will we get to the point where we're comfortable not wearing them? That's another question also. So what are some of the things that you have experienced since the quarantine? What is different in your life? How will you be with your family and loved ones? It's a really good question. So I just wanted to do a little vlogging today and just check in and say happy Mother's Day. Couldn't miss wishing all these amazing mothers here on YouTube a very special happy Mother's Day. I hope your day was great. I know it's a lot of people like me that didn't have anybody to spend it with, but I'm thankful though for the things that was done for me today, and so I have to appreciate that and know that better days are coming. One of the things that I think on the upswing that I am going to do is be more mindful of making sure that I'm showing people in my life what they mean to me. Because when you're in a position where you can't express it by visiting and just spending time with people, you know, it makes you think about that in situations like this. Today I called my mom, and I guess we talked maybe a half an hour. A lot of times I call and I'll just let her talk, and we can talk for like 2 hours. And what I usually do is put the phone on speakerphone, and then I just let her talk. But because she'll talk about everything. She'll be talking about her old career and you know, a lot of different things like that. But I just let her talk today, and she was going back and talking about her days as a nurse. And usually I would get a little frustrated after a while listening to things, but today I just wanted her to be able to talk and to be able to say the things that she wanted to say. And so it made me more mindful of those moments, because, you know, one day she may not be here. I mean, not saying that she'll go before me, and I'll remember those times. So it's important to give people that quality time, even if it's like frustrating to you. My eyes are bogging. I'm putting my shades back on, guys. I remember my grandmother, and then I'm gonna wrap up this vlog. Before she died, it was a few years before she died, my father's mother, because I didn't know my mother's mother, she used to call us and ask us to take her to the grocery store. And I was in my 30s at that time, and it used to be so annoying, you know, because I knew that we'd be going to the store for maybe 2 or 3 things, and it was going to take her 3 hours for that. So, you know, being young and not, you know, just impatient at that time, but I would take her, and she'll be in the deli section, and she would be looking at the meat, because she always got her meat fresh from the deli. She never wanted to buy frozen stuff, so we had to go and they had to cut it and weigh it and all of that. And so I remember her sitting there, and we was there for like 45 minutes, and I was just like looking at my watch. And I was like, oh my goodness, because I had things to do, you know, 30 some. I was like 32, 33 maybe. And I was just like, oh my goodness. But guys, when I think back on that, I give anything to be able to take her to the deli and stand there with her to watch her get her meat. So we have to learn to appreciate the time we have, whether or not it can make us impatient, whether or not it's imposing upon our times. Loved ones, your grandmothers, your mothers, they're special, guys. And once they're gone, you can't get them back, and you'll miss them. So I hope everybody that has a mom is appreciating their mother today. If your mother, your grandmothers are gone on, I send a special prayer out to you guys, you know, for comfort, and may they continually rest in peace. Yeah, let's be more mindful of that in the coming days and months and perhaps years, that we got to appreciate people while we can, because just like that, our times can be changed. They can be snatched from us, not only through death, just in isolation. And it's so important. So guys, have a good rest of the weekend. Relax, do whatever you want to do. Ladies, it's your day. You appreciate it. Not only today, every day is Mother's Day. I wish you guys peace and love, and I'll see you soon, okay? Bye.